Alrighty, let's get started. Following a number of drama and controversy that NASCAR fans witnessed during the Clash of the Coliseum of Los Angeles on the 5th of February, where Bubba Wallace recklessly hit Austin Dillon, and also a series of other events that happened last year, such as the famous Hail Melon at Martinsville Speedway, NASCAR makes some changes to rules and regulations ahead of the 2023 Daytona 500, along some signs indicating that NASCAR officials plan on being more strict with enforcing these rules in 2023 to ensure the safety of everyone on the track. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a bunch of these new regulations and changes to the rule book that may have a large effect on the 2023 season. So get ready to fasten your seatbelt and immerse yourself in the thrilling world of NASCAR as we're seeing new modifications to the existing rules. So, ahead of the clash at the Los Angeles Coliseum exhibition race, NASCAR have enforced a banning of the Hail Melon, a phenomenal move made by Ross Chastain last year at Martinsville Speedway that saw people not believe their eyes when it happened. Ross Chastain implemented a dash around turn 3 and 4, gaining 5 spots in one set of corners, a move I would say only in video games. This made the crowd cheering and benefited Chastain by earning him enough points to advance to Championship 4. However, while this move was extraordinary, the sanctioning body will enforce rules already written in the NASCAR rulebook to officiate cars that employ a similar strategy to the one Ross Chastain used in that race. If a driver commits a violation to that rule on the final lap, similar to Chastain's situation, NASCAR will impose a time penalty after the race. The rule states that safety is a top priority for NASCAR. Therefore, any violations deemed to compromise the safety of an event or otherwise pose a dangerous risk to the safety of competitors, officials, spectators, or others treated with the highest degree of seriousness. That said, this may come as a shock for many people, but not for Chastain, who was apparently okay with the rule when he told kicking the tires. While in Los Angeles, for the Clash of the Coliseum, I'm excited that I don't have to do it again. I'm glad I get to be the only one to go down in history that has ever successfully did it to where it really mattered, and it really paid off. So, perhaps we won't be seeing the Hail Melon move on the track again. NASCAR also seems to have plans for stricter rule enforcement against violent behavior and reckless driving. This is coming after the penalization of Bubba Wallace for reckless driving after he hit Austin Dillon under caution at the Clash of the Coliseum. According to NASCAR's infraction sheet for the Busch Light Clash of the Coliseum, Wallace was sent to the tail of the field on lap 143 for reckless driving. During the main event, Wallace had incredible speed and was leading the field ahead of Austin Dillon. Wallace led the pack for 40 laps until Dillon displaced him and Truex took the lead. Wallace was determined and managed to overtake Dillon with 7 laps remaining. Unfortunately for Wallace, though, Dillon naturally replied by positioning himself behind him and pushing him into the first, spinning him around. As a result, Wallace had to wait until the rest of the drivers moved past him before he could take his car around. However, things got heated when Wallace attempted to rejoin the field. He waited for Dillon to pass underneath him. When Dillon got below him, he tried slamming him. This eventually resulted, as we said earlier, in a penalty for Wallace. But what's interesting is 3 months ahead of the Las Vegas incident between Wallace and Larson, Dillon had a similar incident with Brad Keselowski at New Hampshire. Similarly, under caution, Dillon swerved in front of Brad's car, which made him very angry, so the number 6 car slammed into Dillon's car, sending him into the grass. Unlike Wallace, Keselowski was not penalized, which indicates that NASCAR is going to enforce their rules way more strictly than last season. Even after Wallace apologized, Kyle Petty said he should have been suspended for the rest of the year. In other news, NASCAR will remove stage breaks in the Cup Series. As a result of the review of fan council data and industry discussions, the decision was made to remove stage cautions at road courses. This change marks a departure from past practice and reflects a desire to keep the action flowing without interruption. Despite the removal of stage cautions, stage points will still be awarded at the end of each stage, maintaining the competitive nature of the sport. Rather than displaying a green checkered flag, the action will now continue uninterrupted, providing fans with a more exciting and engaging experience. This will make a big difference within road racing going forward. It has been noted that for many seasons, stage breaks are an unnecessary evil for road courses. The breaks are very large and can ruin the strategy. At least for now, it looks like NASCAR has seen what others have been saying for some time. Other procedures have been added and are related to wheels. Competition officials have made significant revisions to the penalty structure relating to detached wheels. The changes come as a response to a review of past incidents and discussions within the industry. So what are these procedures, you might ask? First off, if the wheel comes off a car while a car is on a pit road under a yellow flag, the driver will restart the race at the tail end of the field. Number 2 is, if the wheel comes off while the car is on a pit road under a green flag condition, the driver must serve a pass-through penalty. And lastly, if the wheel comes off while beyond a pit road, it will be a 2-lap penalty for the team and a 2-race suspension for the 2 crew members. Moreover, NASCAR made some rule changes to restart zones. Starting with the upcoming races in Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, and the Bristol Dirt Race, drivers will have an option to choose their lane for restarts. This aligns with the rule that with the practice used in other oval races. Also, if you did not know, drivers in the Cup Series are not required anymore to be in the top 30 in points, as a win gets them into NASCAR playoffs automatically. Xfinity and Truck Series drivers no longer need to be in the top 20 to make the playoffs if they have a series win. To be considered for the playoffs, drivers in all racing series are still required to participate in all races within their respective series, unless NASCAR grants them a waiver. This approach ensures that all playoff participants have demonstrated their commitment and ability to compete at a high level throughout the entire season. By upholding this standard, the sport maintains its competitive integrity and ensures the most deserving drivers have a chance to compete for the championship. What are your thoughts on the upcoming rules? Share them with us in the comment section down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more NASCAR updates and news, leave a like on the video, subscribe with the notification bell on.